Hello and welcome to today's lesson. So today we're going to be looking at verlede tyd and we're going to keep this lesson very short and sweet because it is actually super simple to do past tense in Afrikaans. You just need to remember two simple things, and that is the words het and ge. So het means something has happened and ge means something okay, they both mean that something has happened, but ge being used as a prefix to the main verb suggests that something happened in the past. Okay, so how we're gonna do this is that we're gonna make sure that het is always in the second position in the sentence. What I mean by that is you need to know your Stompie rules. So Stompie starts with S, which is for subject, and then T, which is for time. When did something happen? So between S and T, there's a little space there for verb 1. So it's always in the second position. And I'm talking about the second position because it's going to be very important for you to know where to place het no matter what. So keep that in mind. So het always in the second position in the past tense, and ge goes to the end and it is always attached to the main verb. There's only one thing that should come after the second verb, and that is infinitive, which we won't be doing for this example. So let's use one example. Ben skop die bal. Okay, Ben is your subject, skop is your verb 1, die bal is your object. Okay, so what are the two things to remember for sentences in the past tense is that they must have het and they must have ge. Now, before you can get there, you need to identify the main verb because the main verb has to be attached to ge. Okay, so how do you find the main verb? It will always be in the second position. So Ben is the subject first position, then you have your main verb there. So skop is going to be our main verb, and then we have to put het over here, and skop will go all the way to the end with his little friend ge. Okay. So it's as easy as this. Ben skop die bal becomes Ben het die bal geskop. Okay, as easy as that. You just follow it word by word, brick by brick, and you will never go wrong. Okay, so just to repeat, Ben is in the first position in the sentence, het is in the second position in the sentence, and then ge is attached to the main verb. So second position, I basically just mean number 1, number 2, it is second in the sentence. Okay, now we're going to deal with the only complication that you might get from, I would guess, grade 8 all the way to matric, depending on the curriculum that your school follows. So if you are on the IEB system, they will start using this as early as grade 8. But if you're in the CAP system, I think I can estimate that they'll only start doing this in grade 10. All right, so here's the complication. Ben skop die bal. Then they say, please start the sentence with gister. So now most people make this mistake by saying, gister Ben het die bal geskop. Immediately it's wrong. Okay, so remember that with Stompie, it's first the subject, then verb 1, then time. Okay, so gister is an example of time. So if you're going to take time and put it in the first part of the sentence, it replaces Ben's position. So basically what you need to do now is that you have to swap gister and Ben. Okay, so now that you're starting with gister, gister is now number 1. You're going to say gister het Ben die bal geskop. So everything technically stays the same, except gister and Ben that would have changed position. But guess what? Het is still where we agreed it should be, which is in the second position. So this is what it will look like. Ben skop die bal, gister het Ben die bal geskop. Okay, so just because they started with the word gister, I mean, it could be anything. Gister, môre, laasweek, all of that stuff. You just have to swap the subject and the time, because then everything else is gonna stay exactly the same. All right, let's look at a few examples. This is an example of a sentence that I found, a question, I'm sorry, that I found in a question paper. So it says, skryf die sin in die verlede tyd, begin met gister. Exactly what we just spoke about. So daar, subject indicating randomness there. Vloei, that's going to be your main verb. Again, you found it in the second position. 'n klein stroompie. Okay, this is basically like the thing that we are talking about. All right, so gister is what you must start with. So start with gister. Know that you must add het in the second place in the sentence, no matter what, and identify the verb that must be attached to her and therefore goes to the end, which is vloei. Okay, so now the answer is, gister het daar 'n klein stroompie gevloei. Okay, that is super exciting. Now we have a doozy, okay, because now this sentence already has het. Dum, dum, dum. What do we do now? So the question says, skryf die sin oor in die verlede tyd. Die plek het sy eie volstasie. So believe it or not, but this sentence is in the present tense. How do we know that? Because our past tense sentence requires two things, het and ge. This one doesn't have a ge, which means that something is wrong. So het in this context means has, not did something. Okay, so that means that has must go all the way to the end, but because in Afrikaans we can't say gehet, it will change to gehad. Okay, so then we still need to put het just behind the subject, but now we need to shift the het that they already put here to the end and make it shapeshift into gehad. Okay, like so. Die plek het sy eie volstasie gehad. How awesome is this? This is the best part of it, because no matter what the complication is, it's already been covered by the rules. So if you learn the rules, then you don't have to keep like practicing it, because you know that in order for it to be a past tense, this must be there. Okay, in order to change it to a sentence in the past tense, I need to add 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm showing you this exact example because this is the only way that they can make it complicated for you. Actually, them starting with gister is the first way, this is the second way, and there's no other way that they can ask it more complicated than this. So if you're in the higher grades, they can make it harder for you, but not more complicated. And the way that they can make it harder is if they add a lot of the other things in Stompy. They're going to add time, they're going to add manner, they're going to add place, and add infinitive, which is all in the acronym of Stompy. Okay, but if you guys want, we can do a few examples that look like that as well. So this is basically, in my opinion, a free mark in the test. All you have to do is just learn this, internalize it, keep practicing it. As you practice it with past papers, you'll see that nothing changes. Okay, so make sure you get this mark in the test. All right, you are ready to ace this test. All right, so we are also going to do die vorige tyd en toekomstige tyd. Make sure that you watch those videos as well. All right, guys, go crush your test. Bye.